I'm gonna do something a little bit different today. And in that, I want you to, at some point, think of this as the inner and the outer world. We talk about the outer world being the world that we're in, and we see that our sensory body is always picking up information. And then your inner world, where you're in your space that you occupy behind your closed eyes. And I'm going to bring a term in today called pendulate, which means that in order to relax, sometimes we have to orientate ourselves. And part of that can be done with moving from that outer world. So if you have your eyes open right now and you can kind of look around the room that you're in and feel your sensory body, notice any information coming at you. Some of it may be louder than the others. And so allow yourself to pendulate now by going in and closing your eyes. And then maybe the sensory piece that was not quite um, present in the view of the room, you could make more present. So in other words, listen, use your auditory sense here and really listen to what you hear. And even with the eyes closed, you obviously can hear sounds that are in the external world, probably most predominantly. But I invite you to take a few good, rich breaths, filling the lungs, relaxed, shoulders, back of the neck soft, and exhaling completely. And then that becomes an auditory sense as well, and a way of orientating yourself into your body, into this present moment. And then opening your eyes and then looking again externally and still using that auditory sense as your kind of baseline. And maybe even now adding another sensory modality into that. Obviously, the visual is there, but now we're going to go inward again and pendulate back into that orientation in the space behind your eyes. And now look at your visual cues with the eyes closed. Is there kind of a screen of light behind the closed eyes? What do you notice? And what is most present to you on your inner landscape? And again, using your breath to orientate yourself there. Maybe it's one breath, maybe it's two or three. And letting that breath relax the back of the shoulders, soften the outer corners of the eyes. Take the flesh of the forehead and softly spread it right out toward the hairline. Relax the brain, this great organ of ours that does all of the binary processing of information that's coming in. And it also has the ability, on some level, in the prefrontal cortex, to be the observer of all that information. And so pendulate now between the thinking mind, which is taking in that binary information, and then move into the prefrontal mind, your awareness, your knowingness, and allow that to observe yourself thinking, feeling, feelings and emotions included in that. And then we'll pendulate by opening your eyes and going back into the external world and seeing if you feel a bit more relaxed, just looking around. And then for the last time, we'll pendulate back in to your inner landscape, closing your eyes and just giving your body and your whole being an opportunity on the breath, especially the exhales, to relax a bit deeper, to take the weight and the load off of your shoulders, grounding that down into the sitting bones and into the supports beneath you, into the feet, and even down into Mother Earth. Just giving away that tension, knowing that you have full capacity in your prefrontal mind, in the angel brain, to know what it is you need to know, to do what it is you know you want to do, and to be the observer witness and not get too bogged down by the binary processing that you can observe that's still going on in the neocortex. And then soft sort of grin at the outer corners of your mouth, relaxing the cheeks and the outer corners of the eyes, relaxing your whole being into that gentle grin before bowing your head and stretching the back of your neck. And then when you're ready, coming back into the room that we share together.